Hello folks, welcome to another video here on the channel. I hope this one finds you and yours in good spirits. Been a little while between drinks for the old fella. Well, it's been a little while between a lot of things, just quietly. But yeah, I thought I'd post this one to the channel. A bit of a quickie today for you. Like a Prince Harry shag behind the pub quickie. What the hell's going on with that bloke anyway? Prince Harry, he's showing himself to be a bit of a... I don't know what the word is. I mean, knob comes to mind. Just don't know what his game is. It's just all gone horribly wrong for the young man. But anyway, we're not here to talk about Prince Harry. I wish him all the best, and his missus, whose name escapes me right at the moment. Her face doesn't. Her face is everywhere. I just can't remember her name. Anyway, we're not here to talk about the royal family, or the former royal family, even. This is a flight simulation channel. This is a flight simulation video. And I am a flight simulation content creator. Last time I checked. Although I haven't checked for a while, obviously. I want to say thank you, just a collective thank you, first of all, for all of your support and kindness that I received in response to my previous video, where essentially I was saying that, hey, look, I'm going to take a little bit of a break from this caper. It's a little bit difficult at present. Impractical is probably the right term to make videos, and so that for various reasons that I won't go into. That remains the case. I expect that will remain the case indefinitely, to be perfectly frank. But I'm still in the game. I'm still kicking. I'm still around. I'm still enjoying my simulation. And I'm enjoying watching the content that others create as well. So I'm still here. Rumours of my demise have been greatly exaggerated. But anyway, today will be a fairly short video, I think. Probably a couple of purposes to today. So the aircraft on your screen is a CJ4. This aircraft in this livery has featured in dozens and dozens of flights that you haven't seen. That I haven't posted to the channel. Dozens and dozens of flights that go together to make up a world tour. So I've been doing a world tour in this aircraft since 2021. It's now 2023. I'm about 6 months past my expected completion date, but today marks the completion of the world tour. I'm going to finish a world tour for the first time in my flight simulation career of, what has it been, 30-something years? I'm finally going to finish one. This is the last leg, the final leg. We begin our journey here at Charlotte Douglas International Airport. They're in North Carolina, over there in the United States. A relatively short hop, one of the shortest hops that I've made on this world tour, down to Florida, a place called Panama City, which is actually a disused airport. Why am I flying to a disused airport, I hear you ask? Well, this has been an FS Economy World Tour. Those of you that have seen... I have made a couple of posts of different legs along the way, and I've sort of talked about... I've used my website to kind of document my journey as well, and I'll show that as well in this video to kind of wrap things up for myself. I'm guessing that most people aren't that interested in my world tour. Go ahead and do your own. You'll enjoy it a lot more than experiencing someone else's. But FS Economy, the world, the airport database is, ancient, 20 years old or something. So at that time, Panama City had an airport. I think it's KPFN is the ICAO, or was the ICAO code. There's lots of airports around sort of Panama City, but back in the day, there was one called KPFN, and it doesn't exist anymore. But to complete this world tour in FS Economy, I have to return this aircraft to its point of origin, and I bought it in Panama City, the old KPFN, so that's what I've got to take it back to. So yeah, that's going to be kind of the focus of the flight. I won't film a lot of flying. Like I said, relatively quick video, but just wanted to jump in, post this one for those two reasons. One, thank you for your support and kindness in response to that last video, and for the support and kindness that you've shown to me on this channel over a long period of time. I've been on YouTube. YouTube tells me this is my 10th anniversary. In September of this year will be my 10th anniversary, if I live that long. And yeah, I've just been blown away by the support that people have shown me. If you're a new subscriber to the channel, welcome aboard. I apologise. You've probably joined at a time where videos are going to be new videos are going to be infrequent, to say the least. But I'll do my best. I'm still in the game. I still enjoy this caper. Still enjoy interacting with the community, and yeah, it's just a little bit challenging. So that's life, isn't it? We all go through those times. So anyway, I'm going to get this aircraft started. We'll get en route. I'll kind of summarise en route. I'll summarise the world tour to date for myself, if nothing else, and then we'll make a landing into a disused airport. How many flight simulation videos start like that, folks? Hey? Anyway, welcome aboard. Let's go flying. Alright, at the hold, runway 36 right, here in Charlotte. So what you might notice, well, you will notice because I'm going to call it out, is that our destination, we're going direct, and we're going direct to a custom waypoint. That's represented here in the FMC as Custer. There is there might be an actual waypoint called Custer, but we're not heading for it. We're heading towards, as I said, that disused airport. So runway 36 right for our departure. Looking at a very low rotate speed of 94 knots. We're quite light for gas. We're about half fueled. 384 nautical miles to run. We'll just bar up here. Here we go. We get the takeoff flight director indicating. We've got flaps set. We've got our trim set. Middle of the green. Thank you. I think everything's pretty much right to go. We might get some landing lights happening, some strobies. I'll just check that that's all on. Our packs are advised. We've got some packs in this aeroplane. Let me just scroll around for you. A little bit uncomfortable, or a bit awkward, I should say. Jeez, look at her. She's a little bit keen for it, isn't she? I don't know what she's looking at. She's seeing something there that I'm not. And we've got old mate Slicked Hair. He's gone a little bit overboard with the gel by the looks of it. And he's got a weird ass brush. Put some big, almost like you see in the Sahara, you know, with the dunes and stuff. Anyway, folks, shall we go flying? See how easy it is for the old fella to get distracted, hey? My apologies. Let's do this thing. We're good to go. We go full juice here in the CJ4. The final leg of the World Tour begins. Let's see if we can make a half-decent fist of this takeoff. Full power set. We're good. Airspeed is alive and we are rotating. That comes around real fast. Positive rate and all that, and away we go. Easy peasy Japanesey. We'll get some flaps up as well, come back into the climb detent. Just continue this runway heading for a little bit. This aircraft feels very, very sporty since the AAU1 update. And I find it quite a challenge to land with a little bit of class. So I say, generally, every time I land this aeroplane, I bounce it. It feels, it's difficult to judge, get the flare, the round out the flare right. Yeah, I don't know if any other people are experiencing that. We'll make a left turn off 36 right. That wouldn't probably be kosher over here in Charlotte, but that's what we're going to do. We're not exactly following the bars, so they're useless to me. Let's get rid of them. We're climbing out at a leisurely 5,400 feet per minute. 205 indicated. We're already up through 7,000. Great aircraft, isn't it, hey? Good performance. The longitude is also right up there for performance. That's a great aeroplane. Enjoy that one. Anyway, safely away. We're basically just we'll intercept the magenta. It's a direct route down to our waypoint because I couldn't get the sim to calculate the airways and all that sort of calculate a path via the airways down to a custom waypoint. And kind of said, "You're on your own, pal. Go direct or make it up." And I said, "Oh, I'll just take the easy way out and make it up. Go direct." Oh, a bit rusty, hey, with the old video making caper. I haven't lost my sense of incoherence, as you can probably see. What we will go is flight director there. We give Georgie something to do, and we go indicated airspeed. Yeah, two whatever it is, 240 or something, isn't it? Is what the book says to do. 240 here in the climb. 240, and then it sort of transitions across to Mach 0.64 or something. We'll go for a little bit of heading hold, just till we intercept that magenta. Now up through 18,000 transition in the United States, isn't it? Just a little bit too eager to press that button right there. Switch over to standard baro. Yeah, unfortunately, the aircraft assumes that the transition's 10. Somewhere in here, there's a setting. Is it VNAV? Yeah, but it didn't change. Occasionally fly this aeroplane in locations other than the United States, where the transition level is actually 10,000, like Australia. Anyway, safely away, folks. We are rocketing up towards our cruise of flight level 400. Once we get up there, I'll bring up the web page that has summarised this tour, and maybe reflect on that before we make a landing there into Panama City. Right, so well and truly settled in the cruise here, folks. Flight level 400, going pretty well. We do have a crosswind out of the west, 62 knots at present. We are burning. What are we burning? 531 kilos an hour. Pretty efficient up here. Yeah, plenty of gas to get us down to Panama City. The weather has been delightful, absolutely beautiful. One thing about this world tour is that it's provided diversity in environmental conditions. That is for sure. We enjoyed some incredibly challenging weather. Quite a few blind approaches, not instrument approaches, just completely blind, where I only saw the runway after I'd hit it. I don't mind admitting that on this channel. I'm not a purist, folks. If you are, what are you doing here? Anyway, what I'll do is I'll bring up my webpage, my World Tour webpage thing, which kind of summarises this tour, and maybe that'll sort of prompt some reflection on my behalf. So let's have a look at that. Alright, so here is said webpage. I've got a couple of updates I'll need to make after I touch down, including the total hours flown. So far, up until the point of departure of today's flight, I had flown 119 hours around the world, and had made, here in FS Economy, $539,000 profit. It's virtual dollars profit. If I could fly a flight simulator around the world and make 500 grand real, boy oh boy, would I have made a different choice with my life. So virtual dollars, that's not too bad. It's probably a little light compared to what I thought I would get, but there's reasons for that. I've actually taken, this world tour hasn't taken as many hours and as many legs as I thought it might, and I expected to kind of accumulate a little bit more money than that. But I'm not greedy, folks. 539, even if it's virtual dollars, 539,000 virtual dollars is nothing to be snoozed at. Yeah, 69 flights, it turns out. 69. Speaking of Prince Harry, what's that got to do with Prince Harry? Absolutely nothing. Oh, you know what it does? No, it probably does. He probably mentions his Todger 69 times in his bloody book. Not that I've read it. You couldn't pay me to read that shit. But good on him for speaking his truth. Is that what he's doing? That's a new thing, isn't it? Everyone has their own version of the truth. Yeah, I was taught back in the day as a young fella, there's 3 versions of every story. Your version, my version, and the truth. Truth is always the objective bit, but now everyone has their own truth. Anyway, 69 flights, folks. I expected we'd be closer to 100 when I began this journey. I thought, probably do about 100. But it turns out 69. Purely coincidental, folks, that number. Don't read anything more into that. I wouldn't dare insinuate that meant anything other than a simple number on this channel. Began our journey, folks. This is the Google My Maps thing. I found this pretty good. I like this. Easy to create. So we began down there in Florida, and then I did a whole bunch of flying around South America, essentially coastal. Probably more legs in South America than I thought I would do, but I accumulated a whole bunch of dollars there, and then I sort of kind of came up the other side and up through Central America and did a little bit of flying here in the US. The routes aren't, the legs, the path, what's the word I'm looking for? The route is not exactly straight, is it? FS economy, I was choosing to take flights that would provide a decent source of revenue. And some of those flights, and I think it was one of these, or maybe both of these, were worth quite a lot of money. So it was worth going from wherever I was over there was I in Arizona? Where was I? It looks like I was just in Arizona, Lake Havasu, and then up to somewhere in Nebraska, and then across to Oregon. So those legs were quite profitable. And then I kind of flew up the coast. Yeah, not too many legs. And then across, was that Talkeetna? Yeah, Talkeetna. And then a long leg across to Nome. I remember that one. And then we kind of flew into Russian territory. Didn't spend much time in Russian territory because it's Russia. And then sort of, yeah, down here, expecting to do more flying in Asia. Probably if I did a world tour again, I'd probably do it slightly differently and spend a little bit more time in the Koreas, in Japan, and probably a little bit more time down here as well. But I kind of, well, at this point in the tour, I was struggling to kind of complete it. And I'd have bursts where I'd do a few legs and I'd be like, yeah, I'm going to finish this thing. And then I'd find something else to do. Or be distracted, and then sort of put it away for months at a time, and then I come back to it and realise, oh crap, I really can't be bothered going to all these other places. So I kind of, yeah, so then I started looking, okay, I'm looking for money, FS economy money, but I'm kind of looking to go in the right direction towards my destination so that I can actually finish this thing. It became about finishing rather than making the money. This leg was weird here in India, but it was very profitable. Then I had to fly up into Afghanistan, made some good coin there, I recall. Long leg across into Syria, Egypt. I was kind of originally planning to spend a little bit more time in Northern Africa, purely because I haven't spent much time there over the years, but again, abandoned that when the pressure to complete sort of took hold. I was going to do more flying here in Europe as well, but again, bang. Just get it done. Did very little in the UK. I don't even remember this part of it. I don't even remember these legs here. This is the benefit of doing this and reflecting. I'm learning as you are. And I actually flew the thing. Oh, the Faroe Islands, that was a fantastically challenging approach. Blowing an absolute gale. And there's some nice freeware scenery you can get for there. Yeah, that was good fun. Then across to Iceland, yeah, weather-wise, holy crap. Then we flew all the way across Greenland and ended up in a place called... Where is this? Iqaluit? Is that how you say it? Way, way up there in the north. I think that's a sort of a... what am I trying to say? One of the Asobo sort of custom airports that might have got included in a world update, I think. It looked a bit different than the standard ones, I remember that. Yeah, not much to see on the ground, so long leg down here into Quebec, Septiles, and then across to Grand Rapids, Michigan, and then down into Kentucky, Charlotte, which is where we began this journey, and this here is our 69th leg back to where we began in Panama City. So by the time this video hits the channel, or when it hits the channel, I'll add it here to the playlist. So there's a few other little videos that I've captured along the way during the world tour. The last one was the Rolling Stones livery, when I was kind of trying to, yeah, get myself enthused to complete this thing. But I've done it. When we touch down today, the world tour is complete. I want to feel, I'm going to allow myself to feel a little bit of pride at that achievement. So, well worth doing. Would I do another world tour? I don't think I will. I love doing tours, but I just know I don't have another world tour in me. And I probably wouldn't do it with FS Economy again. It has its benefits. Let me minimise this and we'll get back inside, make sure we're okay. There's pros to doing an FS Economy. I discovered places, I flew to places that I otherwise wouldn't have. But at the same time, I think I missed some places that I would have at times preferred to have. I don't know. The drive to accumulate dollars is what I'm saying, getting at. The drive to accumulate virtual dollars. It's not real. This makes it even more ridiculous. The drive to accumulate virtual dollars in FS Economy kind of took me away from places that I would have liked to actually explore, if that kind of makes sense. And I think if I did the world tour again, I'd do it in a different aeroplane, and actually an aeroplane that isn't as good as the CJ4, isn't as fast as the CJ4. I might take my time a little bit, do it down low, enjoy the scenery, because up here, with some exceptions in different parts of the world, don't get me wrong, up here, after a while, everything looks the same. This is the view that you have. And you look down, you might see some clouds, but there's a whole lot of that. And then when you get into the colder climes, it's all white. You spend most of your time up here in the flight levels. Everything going tickety-boo. Yeah, I'd kind of recommend, if you're in the market, if you're in the mood to do your own world tour, think about what you want to experience from it. And if you want to enjoy the scenery, you're not going to enjoy much of it at flight level 400. So note to self. If you could go back to 2021, old mate, maybe think about doing it differently. But I'm happy with the fact that I've completed something. Yep, small things, folks. We are getting along here at Mach 0.75. We're doing all right, aren't we? We might dial back a little bit on the throttles, mate. Getting close to that red line. Next segment, our final approach of the world tour into Panama City, Florida. All right, folks, concluding stages down through 2,800. About 11 miles to run into that disused airport. that we began the journey. 69 flights ago. Beautiful day here in Florida. What's our temp? And we've got a rat of about 13, so let's say probably about 20 on the ground, something like that. Looks like the breeze should be fairly light. I'm going to hope that it is. No idea what the direction of the breeze will be at the field. It doesn't really matter. We're touching down at a disused airport. Realism is not high on the agenda here, folks. We might give Georgie a little bit of a rest at this point. Thank you, Georgie. I'll get rid of that flight director as well. I think there are cross strips here at Panama City. We might sort of head out, sort of track the centre of the wet bit over here and give ourselves an improvised left base onto whatever the runway is that's kind of faces south. Sound like a plan? We've got our speed under control. 7 miles to run, 2, 3. We're okay. We are in the flap extension range if we want to take it. We will soon do that. Yeah, left base, I think it's kind of here somewhere. is our destination. Now you may have heard, it's probably been more noticeable earlier in the flight because they have calmed down a little bit. I've sprayed them with drugs. No, I haven't. The birds. The noise of the birds I'm talking about, folks. If you're new to the channel and you're wondering, is this bloke flying in the middle of a jungle? Well, the short answer is, yeah, pretty much. This is a genuine backyard operation if ever you saw one, folks. And I make no apologies for the birds and for the dogs and for the various other creatures that may appear in the background of the videos from time to time. That's life for me, and I actually quite like having the animals for company. They're a very important part of my family. Now, is that an airport? It is. See down there? Roughly a 10 o'clock position. And I think there's a strip that sort of heads in that direction. What do you reckon? I think so. So what we might do at this point is take flap. We'll also take gear. We'll get ourselves down. Boy, this thing's sensitive, eh? In the field. I'm told that that's how it is in real life, but bloody hell. I don't know, it feels overcooked here for mine. But what would I know? I've never seen a CJ4 in real life, let alone flown one, so we'll take final flap as well. Get ourselves slowed right down here. And we don't have any of our V-speeds plugged in because we don't have an airport selected as our destination, let alone a runway. So, but I think probably around about 100 knots VREF, maybe a bit under that will be the go. There's a runway there. That's our target. We are high, but we've got our speed under control. We might increase that vertical speed. Here we go. Can we do a half decent job of getting this one on the ground for our last flight? Or will I go out consistent with about the last 20 flights of mine, which is to bounce it? We should see a big yellow X or a red X or something on the runway proper, I'm guessing. We've got a yellow X. There we go. We are super high. Come right off that power now. Can we get it down? We might have to try and slip it. Slip a CJ4 on the final flight. How's that? Here we go. We'll slip her in. The birds come alive. They sense danger. They've experienced my flying a lot. Here we go, folks. Whatever runway this is, runway 15, 16, whatever. Here at the old disused Panama City. Oh, look, we've almost got a headwind as well. How's that? The universe, flight simming gods are on our side today. Now, here it gets twitchy. Can we get it on? Can we get it on? We're porpoising a little bit. Can we get it on? Oh, look, I'm going to take that. I don't think I bounced it. I'm going to take that. It wasn't particularly good, I must admit. It was a very sloppy approach, but we're done, folks. The world tour is complete. 69 legs, 120 something hours. But by jingo, by crikey, we've done it. Well, I've done it. But you've been along for the ride on a few flights, and if you're a subscriber to this channel, then I consider you part of my crew. Or part of the cult, I'm not sure which one. Folks, thanks for your company in another video, and as always for your support and for your kindness. Not sure when the next video will hit the channel, but look, I think it will involve a flight in New Zealand. New Zealand got an update in this sim recently. I know that. Been enjoying that, and New Zealand holds a very dear place in my heart, and our Kiwi friends have been doing it tough lately. Real tough, weather-wise, and other things as well. So we might, Jude and I might return and do something special in New Zealand. But until then, folks, stay healthy, keep enjoying your simming, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.